This is a toy spot on the DC Direct Superman Batman Series 7, The Search for Kryptonite. Today we're going to be looking at Superman. Mixed bag usually, these Superman Batman figures. Some of the lines have been quite totally passable if you ask me. This particular line actually was pretty good and was a line I was looking to pick up. I think the line as a whole actually is pretty strong. Speaking of line, the other figures in this line, we've got Aquaman, we've got Batman, we've got Livewire, one of the few Livewire figures available out there, and of course Superman. And the read-up on Superman says, during a knockdown fight with Livewire, a kryptonite explosion incapacitates Superman for 3 days. He asks a favor of Batman, help rid the Earth of kryptonite. Did he succeed? Well, you would want to read the story arc, The Search for Kryptonite, available in the splendid trade paperback up at the top corner there. But that is packaging. Superman actually is very nice. I'm looking forward to getting this opened up. So what we'll do is we will get it opened up and we will have ourselves a look at Superman. Stay tuned. The one and only accessory that Superman does come with is the Superman Batman symbol. Never liked this symbol. I just have never liked it. Could they have not found a better way to incorporate the S with the Batman logo? It just looks incredibly blocky and out of place the way that they did end up going. But you do end up getting a stand, which is nice. I also don't know, I can never figure out either, and if anybody knows out there, do let me know. I can never figure out why they make the bottom of the display stands, I'm sure I've said this before, but I don't know why they make the display stands on the undersiding of the stands actually raised. If they do it just solely for aesthetics and just so the fact that the shield is higher off the floor, maybe, I don't know. But I would say, like, why can't, if they're going to make a thick shield, why don't they just have this go completely to the edge? Instead of making something that could be, you know, not completely set on the stand. I mean, there's enough of it on the bottom that we would sit on a stand easy enough. But I just don't know why it's like that. But you get that, we'll put that aside, and we will have a look at Superman. I do like this Superman. I do like it quite a bit. I kind of wish, if anything, his neck was a little wider than what it is. It's a nice head. It's a nice looking face on the Superman here. But I think with the fact that his neck isn't as wide as it should be, it kind of makes Superman look old. Old and maybe not as muscular as he could be. He is quite muscular in the chest and in the leg area there. Quite ripped, actually. I just wish it would have been nice, if anything, they could have made the neck just a tad bit wider. I like the coloring. Coloring is nice and vibrant. There's Superman S on the back there. One thing, too, is the fact that the Superman S on this particular Superman versus maybe other Supermans you've seen out there, the S actually is quite wide. It's actually wider than most S's. And unfortunately, yeah, it's right there, guys. Right after the return of Superman, the general design of Superman seemed to go towards this, having to incorporate the Superman S as part of his belt. Kind of think it's dumb. I never liked this. Either just go back to the circle, or, you know what, give the shape of the Superman S, but not maybe necessarily the S itself. And I think that would have been fine. But nice bright blue, nice vibrant blue, nice red, The coloring is one of the nicest on this Superman figure. Everything on the Superman works really, really well. He's got a nice long cape. It kind of flows to the one side, which I like as well. In the way of his articulation, Superman's head is on a ball joint, so you can kind of have him looking up in a way. He has ball jointed shoulders. You can bend at the elbow. This is actually rather interesting for a DC Direct figure, is the fact that you can actually bend his hand up and down, and you can actually rotate it as well. It's one of the only few DC Direct figures that seem to have that feature. Some of the newer ones might, I don't know. But really, really nice. He has articulation in the waist. You can bend the legs. You can also bend the knees. And no articulation in the feet, but that's not necessarily bad. And for anyone who really has been looking for a decent Superman figure, not necessarily from the DC Universe line, but if you are looking for a good solid Batman, I think this is actually a pretty good Batman, or pretty good Superman. Hope I didn't say Batman too many times, but I think this is a pretty good Superman to go with. He's got a lot of the key elements that make a great Superman. Neck could be a little bit wider, but at the end of it, he definitely has that nice design of Superman. And for that, I'm going to give Superman here, I'm going to give him an 8. Definitely worth picking up. That was a toy spot. Let's get him back on the stand here. That was a toy spot. Today we're looking at the DC Direct, the Superman Batman Series 7, and that was the Hunt for Kryptonite. We were looking today at Superman, a solid figure worth picking up. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.